In this video, we are going to build something really cool together. We will create a simple web application where visitors can enter their email address, click the submit button, and automatically receive a welcome message telling them that they have joined our community. I'll walk you through every step, so even if you are new to Flask or sending emails with Python, you can follow along easily. Before we start coding, there is one important thing you need. To make this work, you will need a Gmail account. Inside your Google account settings, you first need to activate two-step verification. After that, you will create something called an application password. This is a special password that allows your Python application to send emails on your behalf. I have added the exact website where you can generate this password in the video description. When you create it, Google will ask you to give your application a name. You can name it anything you like. For example, Python app. Once you do that, Google will generate a password for you. Make sure to save this somewhere safe because we will use it later in our project. Now let's move into the project itself. The first thing you need to do is install the required libraries using the pip command. Since I have already installed them, I am not running it again. I have already prepared some HTML and CSS files for this application, and you can find all of them in the GitHub repository, linked in the description below this video. Let's first take a look at our main page, index.html. This file contains a simple form where the user can enter their email address. Inside the body, we have a form that sends a post request to the /subscribe route when the button is clicked. Inside that form, there is a styled subscribe card with a text that says subscribe, an email input field, and a submit button. The important part here is the name attribute of the input, which is set to email. This is how Flask will later retrieve the user's email address from the form. Next, let's look at the success page that appears after the email is sent. This is our success.html file. It uses a dark theme and centers a nice message box in the middle of the screen. Inside that box, we display a check mark with the text email sent, and below that, we show the exact email address the user entered. There is also a go back button that brings the user back to the main page. This gives the visitor clear visual feedback that everything worked correctly. Now let's briefly talk about our style.css file. This file gives the application its modern, dark look. The background uses a smooth gradient, and the subscribe card has a sleek design with subtle shadows and rounded corners. The input field is styled to match the dark theme, and the submit button has a nice blue gradient with a hover effect. All of this makes the user interface feel professional and visually appealing. Before we look at the Python code, we need to talk about the .n file. This file is extremely important because it stores sensitive information like your email address and application password. Instead of writing these directly inside our Python script, which would be unsafe, we keep them in this separate file. Just remember to replace the sender email and sender password values with your own Gmail address and the application password you created earlier. Now let's move to the Python part of our project. At the top of our Flask application, we import the necessary modules, including Flask, SMTP, and dotenv, to load our environment variables. We then read our SMTP settings and email credentials from the .nv file. This keeps everything secure and clean. We define two routes in our application. The first one is the home route, which simply renders index.html. The second one is /subscribe, which only accepts post requests. When a user submits their email, Flask retrieves it from the form. Then we create an email message using Python's email library. We set the sender, the recipient, and the subject, and attach a simple text message welcoming the user to the Turtle Code YouTube channel. After that, we connect to Gmail's SMTP server, start a secure TLS connection, log in using our credentials, and send the email. Once everything is done successfully, we render the success page and pass the user's email address to it so we can display it on the screen. At the bottom of the file, we run the Flask application in debug mode so we can see any errors while developing. Now let's run the application and see what happens in real life. To test this, I'm going to use a temporary email address. You can do the same if you don't want to use your personal email. I enter the temp email, click the submit button. And as you can see, we are redirected to our success page saying that the email has been sent. Let's switch over to the temporary email inbox and check. And there it is. Our welcome message has arrived successfully. That means our Flask application is working exactly as expected. If you enjoyed this project and want to continue learning Python, make sure to check out the courses section on our channel. There are many Python courses available, and even more are coming soon. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and you can also join the channel to get extra benefits and exclusive content.